Morning. Just sitting out here enjoying some sunshine, some winter sun. Kind of feels like early spring in a way, if you use your imagination. I did have a really silent moment here before hopping on live, and then somebody decided to use their chainsaw. So here we are. I don't know if anybody's going to be here or not. If you're hopping on, say hello. I know most of you are probably at work or busy about your day, and I'm just taking it kind of slow. I'm just going to sit here and maybe share some of my cards. I'm not very active on YouTube, and I'm not really good at being active on social media. Anyway, I just don't really care for it all that much. I feel like I'm wasting time on there, honestly. But I'm trying to, you know, use it in a positive way and in a fun way. So thought I'd just hit the live button, maybe share my cards and finish my coffee. I love this cup. It's a beautiful day. From my front yard. See mountains over there. If you look closely, you can see cabins on it. There's mountains all back in there. We are in a bowl of mountains, actually, because we live in a valley. So if you even look through the trees, you'll see a mountain, a line back there. So yeah. Anywho, see if I can set this down on the ground where you can maybe see. Prop it up on my coffee mug, maybe. Yeah, because that's how I do things. Winging it. You see my finger? Yeah, I'm professional. Yeah, serenaded by the chainsaw and no tripod. Let's see, let's try it this way where the sun's hitting, maybe at least. Here we have the mountains. How about that? And the field back behind it. Even better. Okay. So, hold on.
Are you done with coffee?
My husband asking me if I'm done with coffee. So I guess I'm just going to do a flip through. If you're not already familiar, I assume since you're subscribed that you are, even though I don't do a lot of sharing. If you have purchased one of my decks or both of them or visited my Etsy store, you'll see my decks there. I really love them. I can't even remember now what year they were created in. I've had them for a few years now, at least the first one. Several years now, maybe 7 or 8, I don't know. That's a fact I feel like I should know, huh? I don't remember what year I actually put them out, but or what year I started to gather photos, because I have such a large collection of photos on my devices. You know how that is, but I've took a lot with my camera. I have a Nikon P900. It was one of the first cameras that came out where you could shoot the moon. I think it was the first camera where you could like shoot the moon. It looks like you're looking at it through a telescope, like you can see craters. Yeah, that one. Um, my my family bought it for me, and I always loved taking photos. However, I like taking black and gray photos. And that's really my jam, even though I have caught some beautiful images in color. There's something timeless and something otherworldly about black and gray photos. I do a lot of inner work, been through a lot of trauma, done a lot of quote unquote shadow work, which I don't really like that term. Um, but just deep diving into the depths of everything. I'm a Scorpio. A Scorpio with a Taurus moon. Imagine me. Born on a full moon. Um, of all things, me. Okay, I'm the problem. It's me. So, you have to excuse me. I got a little bit of a dry allergy type scratchy throat. So if I cough or clear my throat, you'll know why. Um, so anyway, I'm going off course, I guess. I live just outside of Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg. I have lived in either here or North Georgia all of my life. So currently living in in the valley that in a valley that butts right up to the Smoky Mountain National Park. Actually, if you pan to this side of my yard, there is a creek at the edge of my tree line, and on the other side of that creek is a boundary for the national park, Smoky Mountain National Park. I'm as close to the Appalachian Mountains as you can get, literally. It's on the other side of that creek. And you can't see it in my backyard from where I'm sitting, or I'd turn it around. There is another large, very large mountain, bigger than the one across the way there, right back there across the field and behind my neighborhood that I live in. But yeah, I don't know how I ended up there, so I do that a lot too. Anyway, I do a lot of wondering about. So anyway, I was just sitting here enjoying my coffee, enjoying the sunshine, enjoying the sounds of the birds, and I don't know the weather where you've been, but this has been a rare thing. And so when it happens, I just get out here and I will, if I have nothing else to do, or even if I do have things to do. Yesterday, I spent like 2.5 hours just sitting in my swing over there, enjoying the sun, listening to the birds. For a time, I was even listening to Krishna Das talk about, what was he talking about? The Maharaji? Yeah. So I'm kind of diving into Hinduism. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably already know that.
Are you on the phone?
I am.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I won't be there. I won't be too long though.
No, that's good.
Okay. But anyway, excuse me. I'm doing a live video here. He doesn't know that, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna do us anyway. We're live and real here, not polished anything. Anyway, yeah, I sat there for the longest time just enjoying the sunshine rays and looking out into the woods. And anyway, I can't see comments, so I'm not real sure if anybody's here or anything like that. So excuse me if I don't respond. Maybe maybe there's just not been a comment. So maybe if there is somebody here, you can like comment and I can see. I haven't done a live in like over forever ago. I don't know when. I'm surprised I could still go live and the rules hadn't changed. I have no idea. Anyway, I was just sitting here rambling upon, and I was like, well, if no one shows up to chat, I'll just show you my decks. I don't do that, so, but I do love them. And from the reviews, if you haven't, and this is like not shameless promotion, it's just telling you where you can find out more information and other people's reaction, because the experiences that they've had with receiving their adopted decks those touch my heart so much, and I would love others to be able to experience them because I know what that feels like to receive something like that and to create something like that and have it touch someone in a way or spark something within them that is just healing to them or brings them joy is a wonderful thing, and it means the world to me. So anyway, Hollar Mountain is on my Etsy. It's my shop is called what is it? Shop in the Holler, and that's shop with SHOPPE because I like to be extra. I've always liked the way that's spelled. So when I had a chance to have a shop, I wanted to make it SHOPPE. Yeah. So I'll show you my first deck that I did, and I self-published these. I did all the original photographs, any editing, keywords. I hire an online printer, and I order as I go. I've never had a stock of these. So when you do order these, if you decide to order them, they do take quite a bit of time to get printed and returned because I don't have a stock of them. So anytime somebody buys one, I go directly to the printer with said debit card after waiting for a deposit, and I purchase your deck. It then gets sent to me. I then prepare it. One of the things that I love to do, hello, I think I do see somebody popping on there. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. Uh, talking to myself. This is why I don't do these. It's just weird to talk to yourself. But hey, I talk to myself in my head all day. So why should this be different? I'm just using my voice, my mouth, my throat chakra. Um, anyway, I do package each one individually. So though your decks will look the same, no one package will ever be the same. I uniquely, I guess, and I do these. I package them in a ritualistic way and intuitively. I don't like the word intuitively either because I guess it's just so overused as I have an aversion to things like shadow work and intuitively and all these things. But I I don't know why I choose the things that go in each package, why I choose the things that I choose, or anything about the person I'm sending it to them other than I am making sure that I am aware and like focused on the person and for whatever reason or why they were attracted to the deck and bought it or whatever their needs are, that that those will be met, and just trying to be authentic and just trust that whatever goes into the deck is meant for that person. I go the way the supplies are gathered that goes into the boxes. I love thrifting and flea markets and repurposing and just finding things and then going out into nature and gathering pieces of nature. I'm always gathering that, whether it's a piece of moss or acorns or walnuts or leaves or flowers or stones or river water or dirt, even, you know, bones. I've found all kinds of things, and I've always been a gatherer of these things. I can't leave things in nature. It's just not, I believe they're meant to be there for our awareness and to bring into our awareness for purpose. So I'm giving these items purpose, and I've been told it's healing and helpful to people in the connection that I'm trying to provide for them, not only to my deck, but to their inner being. Oh, I see a woodpecker up there. Y'all can probably hear it. It's a red-headed woodpecker. If you hear a knocking in the background, that's what it is. Anyway, yeah, so, the deck sheet is beautiful and moving and dark and mysterious and haunting and all these things. But to have her gifted in such a way in presentation that I like to put supportive items. There it goes. In the boxes that I send out. So yeah, no one person's package will be the same, even though I do have things that are similar that I send out. Such as more than one person may receive, a vial of river water where I gather it. Or someone may, receive a little jar of dirt or oils or whatever. I make those and gather those myself, and they are prepared by me. You may receive those, and those may be similar, but they're never, exactly the same. And same things with the things that I gather. So anyway, what I'm saying is just the connection experience to when I envisioned this making this deck and the one after and anymore. It was really to be able to connect with a deck whose images stirred up specific feelings for me, and it had to do with the area in which I grew up and the things that I saw from my time period, maybe my reminiscence of my grandmother's time period, even before her, the mountains, the rural aspects of where I live, the scenery, the things that I could touch, and then to package them in such a way that they had items that could also bring up that kind of stirring in me, and I could imagine stirring up in other people when they touch, a vintage bottle filled with whatever, or a sachet, or one time I found this old compass, and I just felt drawn to include this compass. I'd had it for a while. I collected it, had more than one, and I just felt like a compass needed to go in the box, or a doily, or, I always wrap them and repurpose doilies and needlepoint, crocheted things, vintage little, I don't know, coin purses and stuff. Trying to think of some other things that's gone. I don't really photograph a lot of them because I feel like they are sacred to the person receiving them. So I like to respect their privacy too. But I've shared a couple of them. But these are the type items. There may be a piece of bark. And, one of my favorite things is to burn this piece of pine bark that I have instead of Palo Santo or sage or anything. I burn this from gathering, pine bark off the ground, but there may be a piece of pine bark in there. Leaves from that season. I remember packaging one with these beautiful fall leaves. And I thought, considering I knew where the location was for this receiver of this deck, there goes a car. Wait for it to go by. I knew how special it would be to open this box and receive these fall leaves. Millions of people come here to see them, and I could imagine just opening up the box and, or maybe it was spring and have dried spring flowers still left from the fields, you know, here by my house in the valley, you know, to be able to feel those spring flowers for somebody who maybe have grown up here or somewhere where these flowers, you know, the Appalachian mountains don't just belong to where I'm at. They stretch all the way up the northern northeast portion of the United States, really far. And then even before then, you could even include the mountains in Scotland. Once upon a time, the continents were said to have been closer, and the mountain range spread from Scotland to, gosh, I don't remember what the most southern part was, but it was called Pangea Mountains then when they were connected. So I have a friend in Scotland. We share certain things that are similar because of that. Anyway, I digress. So anyway, I'm going to flip through my first one, which is Hollar Moon Mountain. That's also my handle on Instagram and anywhere else if anybody's interested. Let me see if I can see where I've got this. So I can see there's a glare for the sun, so excuse me. These are the backs. And this is actually, I have my other one here, which is back in the Hollar. This one actually will be a little different than the one people get these days. This one was never released. I went from matte to a linen stock, but I think I'm going to make it available in either or, because the more I use them, and I'm interested in seeing decks after use. I want to see what they're going to be like. And this one is starting to get more worn looking, but I like it. This one is getting more worn looking, and I like it too, but there's something about this one that I like the feel of. And even though there's more, for me, imperfections going on, and this one holds up better, I like that this one is getting worn out faster. I like the feel and the look of an old, worn out, used vintage deck. And this is, you know, for me, is what's a magical, just earthy. I can just imagine some fortune teller having a deck looking like this. There's scratches and imperfections, and this was like the prototypes, and I kept the prototype. And there was never one in matte in this one because I changed over after receiving the one, which is, this is the original, is mine. I didn't have any more printed in this because I was thinking, you know, it's better to have it hold up. Now I'm thinking I'm going to make this one available in the same. And maybe I already have these available in the linen. They're only available in linen like the other one. So I think I'm going to make both of them available in the plain matte. It's not truly matte. It's just plain it looks like a semi-gloss to me, but I don't know. Now we're talking about paint, not finishes. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to go through right quick. You get my all over randomness. So let's see here. And I'm not going to go into them because this video will be 2 hours long if I talk about each one of them. You'll also notice that this one's got dots. Yeah, I love this. And you also may see keyword changes. So if you have this deck and you see that you have something different, it's because this, like I said, was the original a prototype, and I made changes, and then they were forever changed. So this was still a work in progress. I will say one thing about this was one of my favorite images that I have. Cemetery statuettes are very popular in graves in and around where I live, and in the mountain area. You'll see little statues everywhere and lots of little cherubs and angels, but this one actually sits by my daughter's headstone in southern Georgia, or northeast Georgia, where my husband's family is from. This sits at her headstone and always will. So this card is special. The eyes and just, it just looks real, you know? It's just a feeling that it gives me. So yeah, I'm not going to talk about each one because I don't want to be here forever and talking your head off into randomness, because y'all got places to be and things to do. If you have any questions, live. So yeah, Mags. Hey, I do see a comment. My friend, my bestie boo. So I'm just flipping through. I don't know when you flipped on, but I'm just gonna silently kind of go through these little, the pretty weather and the mountains in the back. And I did separate these decks. I normally use together, but I felt like it was a good time to reset them, separate them, and maybe reset them, which is rest here. There's actually a very light path going all the way through, and there's a cemetery. This is a family, like not a cemetery, but a family plot beneath the tree, the oak trees here. And there's a fence around it that you can't see, and their headstones you cannot read, and some of them are just rocks, large rocks that they used. That's out in Cades Cove. It's an old bathtub in a old cabin. I'm not going to go into that either, but it's where you could visit this. It's in an old resort area, old rundown resort area out in the mountains where they used to go. I always tell people to kind of imagine Dirty Dancing, those kind of cabins, because it was from that era, I believe. Before then, even, can't remember the years. Yeah, a place called Elkmont. You can look it up. Friendly Daisies. Bluebird. My Hollar. Where it started. In this holler. There's also a trail that goes back into there too. That is that mountain over there in the background. Believe. Is that one? I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah. Yeah. I love that card. Just the movement of the water is, oh, I can hear it in my head. The sound. This one, I really like it too. I've always been intrigued by windows and doors. This one is just reminiscent of how things can look, either from the outside looking in or from the inside looking out. One of my favorites too. That was one of the first shots that I did with that camera of the moon. Now, so if you are end up watching, make sure you've subscribed, like the video, leave me a comment, share the video. That would be awesome. I don't do this often and share the deck often as I should. And, you know, how can people find it if I don't? I love this one too. Stirring the pot of emotions. So many doors, welcoming possibilities, openings. Feeling like all the doors are open to you. So all the doors in that are open, they're not shut. Tradition. Just the path passing of time. You know, the very feeling of this moment. Remember this moment, because it'll be gone and things go forward and they get older and innocence and all the things. This one is one I want to print this one out in color. This one actually has a blue hue that shines through these old lead windows, and I want to do like a print, or maybe I was thinking I may make a couple of these available, these individual cards available in full color to add to decks, because there are a handful that I would love for folks to see, and I think it would bring more meaning, even more meaning to the card without having to produce a whole color deck, which I don't want to do. I have no desire to have a color deck. If anything, if I have a color deck, it will be one that's drawn. I draw some in color. I also draw in black and gray. But I do not see doing a full color photographic deck. But I would like to add some cards in color to be incorporated into the decks. And I'm going to be making those available very soon. It's interesting to me, this image, because unlike a lot of these other images, it's just the straightness of man-made things versus nature, like the rough, sharp corners, you know. And it was not necessarily about, yes, this is a structure, but how we like structure, time, the clock, you know, sharp pointed edges that wanted them just so in alignment, everything just, you know. And so that's why I chose that. Home, somewhere that I want this deck to feel like home to people. The rage burning fire. Yeah. Here's one of those boundaries I was talking about. Wish. Shadow. I think I lost y'all for a second. Anyway, go back, because I think I lost y'all for a minute. I hope y'all are still hanging on, because I lost connection there for I don't know how long. I looked down. But the original plan when I was going through these yesterday was that there is a piece missing, and it was supposed to be the full moon, the half moon, and then the dark moon. And I have, you know, halfway, and I have the full moon that rose, but I don't have the dark moon deck. And dark Hollar is going to come. It will maybe called dark Hollar. I don't know. I love this one too. It's one of my favorite images. This one as well. It's one I love, spider webs in the morning. And I'll bring over. Y'all hear that? That was a hawk. Been here. Oh, there's a big hawk. Hold on, let me get my phone. Deep. Here we go. That dark spot up there. Can't really see it good. Listen. Hold on. See if it'll cry again. We have 2 adults, and the crows don't like the hawks. They talk back and forth and argue all a lot. But we have 2 adults, I assume mother and father, and a smaller one. There's up there. It's flying. They were teaching it how to with it. I'm teaching their little one how to fly. Okay, so I'm gonna back in the holler here. This is my second deck. Again, I did it in linen and not the flat, but I think I am going to make the flat version. I just like imperfections. I like the scratches. I like the wornness of the edges. I like this. So I'm going to make this available in that as an option. And like I said, I'm going to make some colored cards that can be incorporated into the decks for each, I think. Overwhelm. This one gives me anxiety. This is representing my anxiety of overwhelm. See all the hearts. It's an overwhelm of emotion. Everything's all tangled up. This is a vine, when we're just feeling so freaking overwhelmed and just overcome, but it can also be a positive thing to be overwhelmed with emotion. So that's not necessarily a negative thing. You also have things eating away at you. Notice the holes where the pests or bugs have eaten it. There's this something eating away, or emotion leaving. Longing, another. I've got so many favorites. I love the moon capture there. I love that camera. It's just so much fun. As a moon lover, especially, and a bird lover, this is a back road just less than a mile from my house. I will go through the back way. It's also beautiful in color. The richest orange and yellows and golds and reds and all the things that you've ever seen. It just transforms it. And when it's not in color and it's like black and gray and it's snow, it transforms it once again. It's like another world that you enter because it's covering over the road like a tunnel. That's a pretty. People who have been to Pigeon Forging area, Gatlinburg, will recognize this one right away. This was definitely a shout out to the tarot. Possessions of my grandmother's casserole dish I use regularly. I remember eating her famous macaroni and cheese out of, and meatloaf. The simplicity of this. I don't feel like I have to go too in depth with my cards. I think they're very readable. That's why they didn't come with a guidebook. I don't want to guide somebody into their feelings. I want them to guide themselves. I hear the hawk again, and I hear the crow too. They're both they want to be live as well. A little girl's hand. Oops. I pass this several times a week. That old fireplace. Yeah, I know, Mags. I'd love to see odd color card in the Oracle. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? I really think it would be too. And it won't be very many. I mean, there's only a handful, like I said, per deck that I would even consider that. And at first I thought I would make prints, but then I'm thinking, no, give people something that they can incorporate into the deck. And you inspired me. For those of you who don't know Mags, who is in the comments right now, he's a rare bird to see on YouTube. You need to get your butt on YouTube, like you said you were going to. Those of you who are familiar with Mags, the Tree Whisper Oracle, the Woodland Hag, my friend, my confidant, and fellow Oracle creator, she is the mastermind behind the Tree Whisper Oracle deck and the Secret Garden Tree Whisper Oracle deck. She has another deck she's fixing to come out. She has lots of other projects and things that I will not discuss. I'll let her discuss. But you need to go follow her channel. And she needs to leave a link in the comments. And I will as well when I get done here. This is one of the cards I would like for people to see in color mags. This beautiful blue butterfly that landed next to me on this bench in Cades Cove. It was so intensely like black and blue monarch butterfly. I would like to see that one in color, and against this white bench, it was just, yeah. Excuse me, I think that was my stomach. There with the hawk again. This is one I would like to see in color, but I don't know if I have it. Okay, there is a hawk over there just going nuts. Do you hear it? Oh, there it just flew. There's two over there now. Look, Max. They are fighting or they are mating. I never see them that close. So we're watching Wild Kingdom. I never see hawks fighting. I always see them fighting with the crows. So I am thinking we have a pair over there. And that's always a welcome sign. They always come back to this tree and sit. Even if it's not the same ones, a pair always finds its way there. And you'll see a single sitting there for the longest time, just days, you know, until one day there's just two. I think we just seen them court and fall in love live. Yeah, that's what happened, Animal Kingdom here, with the two hawks over there. That's how they ended up in my oracle deck. Hawks. Okay, let me go back here. And the crows are going to start just going crazy. A statue that sits in my kitchen window. It may be sitting on my bookshelf now. But yeah, Mags is fixing to do some more wonderful things. You need to go follow her channel. You will not find her on social media, so make sure you go to her YouTube. Okay. I seen my deck yesterday in a post on Instagram, and I'm gonna have to share this live with this can't get my words out, this person, because I can't remember the name of her Instagram right now, but she did a reading and she shares her card collection and does reading and posts pictures of them from time to time. And she uses different decks when she's doing readings. She doesn't usually use, like, if she does a 3-card layout, it's usually like 3 different decks or whatever. And that go well together. She pairs decks really well. But Wish with the dandelion, the dandelion poof ball thingy. is this is funny. I have crows behind me on one side gathering, and I have the two hawks on the other. We're waging war. Um, maybe they're helping me bring forth wisdom and intellect and guidance and all the things while we're sitting here. I feel surrounded. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh shit. Can you even cuss on YouTube? I don't know. I was saying something. Oh, she did a 3 card, and it was like, out of all the 100 and something decks total using, the combined decks, this is what came out. And one was, I forget what the middle one was, but it had, what was it? Ugh. I'm pretty sure it was a wand deck, but a wand card, but I can't remember which one now. Having to do with wishes. I think it was a tarot. Was it oracle? Shit. Anyway, but then the other two had actual the word wish on them, and one of them was mine, and one of them was another deck, and both said wish. So they had the wands card in the middle. I think it was wands. I think it was a tarot deck. It was an oracle, but it didn't say wish. But it had the same meaning. Anyway, wish was on either side of the 3 card deck. That was a mess. I don't know what. Anyway, I'm gonna have to share that with her. I don't remember what I was saying. I do that a lot. This really does speak to me, contentment. The friendly daisies, friendship, caring, loving, being held, the safety of the boundaries set with a wire fence, and the strength of the mountain above is just in a good place, feeling secure and content, and in the happy moment of feeling that way. Passage. This is literally cut through a mountain. Isn't that crazy? Speak up. I use this. This would probably make more sense if people knew it was the blue jay, because blue jays are loud and obnoxious, and you need to speak up. You need to be louder. You need to be annoying. You need to get your point across. Keep at it. Coming to the end here. But anyway, yeah, I remember my point is that Mags inspired me. She was talking about releasing some cards. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. That was not mine to share. But anyway, my friend is always inspiring in different ways. So many different ways. She's a blessing in my life, for sure. But she inspired me, and I thought, oh my gosh, another red woodpecker just flew over my head. The birds are just, spring energy everywhere. I love birds. They're just everywhere. I am not like a knowledgeable person about birds. But all the things that I know are I'm just observing and what I feel mostly. Because, I just give up on that whole Google, what does this mean? I think you don't need Google to know what something means. You can feel it. And let's practice more feeling. That's why, again, I don't do guidebooks with these. I had a small, digital little helper kind of list. It wasn't really a guidebook that I used to make available as a PDF, but I just don't do it. I'm gonna show you something, Mags. I don't know if you're still here, but aren't these the cutest? They're crochet, little Mary Janes. They've got buttons. Look at this. They got buttons. Look, but they're crochet. I picked them up at the flea market. Are they adorable? I love them. I do. I just thought I had to have them. I didn't know I needed to have them until I had them. And I paid $1 for them. And they're amazing. You know, it'd be cool if we could, if I could add you. That would have been awesome. We could do a live together. I don't know how to do that, but we should do that sometime. I have no idea what it takes to do all that, if that's easy or hard. You would think there'd be a button these days that you push on your phone and then like split screen. I'm digitally challenged, people. But anyway, yeah, I'm kind of excited about the whole. While I'm shooting, and I do have about 50% of a deck. My original idea was to make it sepia, whatever. But I don't feel it anymore. I think that feeling has passed. That inspiration has passed for that, and they're just meant to be in dark Hollar. Oh, there's a red bird. Now I'm distracted by birds again. It just flew off. It was sitting there just as bright red right in front of me, straight ahead. Distracted by birds constantly. I think I was a cat in a different life. Bird, squirrel. What was I going to say? Shit. Oh yeah, but I have technically enough cards for about 50% of it. If I go back in through the lens of Dark Hollar, I don't know which ones will actually make the deck, and maybe there's some new subject matter that needs to be shot. I think it'll be a little dark. It'll be more than a little dark. Not that I am a sad, dark, depressed person, but it's just what I'm good at. It's, it's I'm good at understanding it. I'm good at seeing it for what it is and bring about the healing through that, I guess. Let's see. Do I have anything else I wanted to say before I closed out? The clouds are kind of going in front of the sun. It was feel like it was going to warm up, but I think it's going to be a couple of degrees cooler. And it makes a difference because we have wind that comes down from the mountain. So you get that slight chill, even if it's sunny right now, that comes off of it. I don't know if you get that from the Highlands. Well, you do because Scotland is windy, duh. Yeah, it's just a slight breeze, but it feels kind of Arctic from time to time. But then when it doesn't blow, it feels nice and sunny. So, anyway, I really needed this. I woke up in kind of a funk, and now I'm not in a funk. And that was healing and cathartic for me. It is awesome. I've got my friend supporting me on the other side of this video screen, and it looks like I've been almost live for an hour. And it was kind of fun though, so maybe I'll do it again. And it wasn't so much like talking to myself, so thank you, friend. I'm glad you got the notification, because I was going to text you and tell you, but then I was like, no, I'm just going to pop on, and that's what I did. And so here we are. Anyway, I'm going to get off here and get started to my day. It is officially noon, 12 o'clock exactly. And yeah, it was fun. So anyway, I will try to remember to put links to anything I talked about on Mags's channel and my Etsy store and Instagram and anything else I can think of, if I can remember and figure out still how to do that after I hit end. So yeah, anyway, see you next time. Bye.